Hello everybody. It has been forever since I did a video and I felt like it's important that I get a video up for you guys. I know the last video I did was probably about a month ago, so I really wanted to just get one up for you. If I know one of the videos I put up most recently was just that I am on Instagram every single day. So if you go to Instagram, you can find me, on there every day posting breastfeeding tips. So just go check that out and you'll be able to see the tips that I post every single day. And then also you can always send me questions if you have any questions. If there's something that you're going through at the moment, you can, send those to me right away. And I try to answer them. Sorry, this is not a bruise. This is makeup. I did a swatch on my hand. Anyway, so I thought today that I would talk about a tip that I had given in the past week about the first week, basically, of breastfeeding. And the tip that I gave was to aim to nurse at least 10 to 12 times a day. And if you've watched some of my past videos that talk about how to get through that first few weeks of breastfeeding, I do mention that. Most of my videos, when we're talking about milk supply or anything, I talk about breastfeeding as often as possible. So one of the things you really want to know is not only do you want to aim to breastfeed 10 to 12 times a day, you want to be aware that of the signs of hunger. A lot of times when you first learn your baby, you got to figure out what your baby's specific signs are for hunger. But when you're looking for, when you touch the side of their mouth and they root, they will lick their lips. You don't want to wait till they're crying. You want to catch those little signs first. And when you catch that, you'll find, that you don't have quite as difficult time latching, because when a baby is really, really hungry and they're already trying to learn to latch, it can make latching even harder because they don't want to take the time to learn. They just want to eat right away. So learning to catch the early signs of hunger are really, really important. Another thing that's important is, you may hear people say, don't wake your baby, or you hear people say, wake your baby, or you hear people say, you got to feed every 2 to 3 hours. There's a lot of differing opinions that you'll get from different people. Maybe grandma will say one thing, maybe a couple different nurses say two opposite things. Something that you have to be aware of is that every baby, of course, is different, and you're learning your baby, and you got to figure out, if your baby, how often your baby needs to feed. But if you have a baby that's born early, so maybe it's an earlier, it could be a 37 week, it could be 36 weeks, and even if the baby goes home and they're healthy, they still will be more sleepy. The same with if you get an epidural or any type of drug, any type of pain relieving drug, like an epidural. This can also make your baby sleepy. So in times like that, you have to look at your specific situation to see whether or not you're going to need to wake your baby. Because if a baby is sleeping long periods of time and they're already premature, or if they're already underweight, if they, you had an epidural and they're extra sleepy, and if all of those things together are combined, you're most likely going to need to wake your baby. So you're going to just kind of see what the situation turns out to be and what your baby's needs are, if your baby's gaining well. So if your baby is eating 10 times a day and they do have some long sleep stretches, that's okay. But you do want to aim for 8 to 10 is the normal, and 10 to 12 is also normal. So 8 to 12 times a day can be very normal. But if you have a baby who's feeding less than that, or, when I talk about preemies or sleepy babies, that 12 times a day is, what might be kind of hard to aim for, but you want to try to aim for the 10, the 8 to 10. If all they're doing is 8 and they're not gaining weight, then you want to aim for a 10 to 12 times a day. So you kind of just have to go based on your situation, on your baby. How are they growing? How are they, progressing? And then talking to your baby's doctor and talking to an IBCLC. All of this can come into play and can help you know, what you need to do as far as feeding your baby, and how often and whether or not you need to wake your baby. So that's kind of a tip that I gave this week, and I thought that it was one that a lot of new moms could really find beneficial, because especially when you're a new mom, especially when it's your first time baby, even if it isn't your first baby, sometimes we forget everything. Every single baby is new for us, and we've got to learn that baby. But if for you're a completely new mom, this anxiety you can have can make a lot of things seem even more, make small things seem bigger. And then of course hormones and all of that. So knowing what to look for, knowing what to expect, knowing your situation, having that support person to ask, checking out videos like mine on my channel, just really gives you the knowledge you need to be able to make decisions with you and your baby. So that is my video today. It is a short one, but I feel like it answers the question, short and sweet. And if you're looking for that question answered, you don't have to hear like a long spiel before we get to that actual part of the video. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you would like to be notified. You want to hit the notification bell, but if you want to be able to see my videos, being subscribed is free, and it just gives you an opportunity to see my videos as I put them out. You can also go over to my Instagram channel or my Instagram, and you can follow me there as well and be able to get those daily tips. Again, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in my next video.